You guys are gonna know this one right away.
Hey, who wants to get Hadoukened in the face?
Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. All right, so
That was the one, right? Champion Edition
because you
takes
got,
it to the next level.
You get to play as Balrog, Bison, Vega, and Sagat. But yeah, this is big in the arcades.
That's the classic.
Yeah, this is, and you know, we're from a relatively small town, but this is the only game I can ever remember in my history of arcades that you had to wait in line to play it. Like there was that much of a crowd that wanted to play Street Fighter 2. And historically speaking, is going to be my favorite fighting game ever. I know this is divisive with Mortal Kombat and a lot of other stuff, but I think Street Fighter is the GOAT of fighting games.
I say Street Fighter clearly beats Mortal Kombat in my opinion. Although I love Mortal Kombat.
I never got into Street Fighter. Was it only released on the Nintendo? I only had the Sega.
So it came to Sega a little late. Sega needed more buttons, so they released a 6-button controller, and this game, like Special Champion Edition, ended up coming to Sega Genesis later. A really good port of it as well. It just Super Nintendo had them by like a year on the release of this. That was a huge deal. Moving on the NES, Darkwing Duck.
Hey, it's a good one.
Just a little callback, more to as a shout out to the animated show Darkwing Duck than anything, but this was
no doubt
big on the NES. And on the Sega Genesis, we have
classic
Splatterhouse. Classic horror. This is the arcade version, but it released on Sega Genesis this month. Rather difficult game, and it was
sure was
creepy for its time, for sure. Also,
I mean, looking at it even there, it was not a bad looking game.
Alicia Dragon comes out on Genesis this month. Well reviewed. It's not one that I remembered, but throwing it in because it
looks cool.
Yeah, you get a girl with dragon pets. It's sort of like a side scroller. Yeah, basically just a side scroller, but looks fun. Sega also gets Two Crude Dudes, which I do not.
I remember that one.
I remember it. I don't necessarily remember playing it, but I do remember the game.
That's fair. I remember that it exists.
Right.
No, I remember playing it. I totally remember playing it.
This is a what would you say, like Final Fight, Double Dragon style beat 'em up. Top Gear on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, classic. They recently essentially remade this game as Horizon Chase Turbo. It's available on, I think, everything: Xbox, PlayStation 4, Switch. It even has a remastered version of the soundtrack from this very game. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, don't you want to hear this in HD?
You do. Trust me, you do. And this one,
I hear it. I already know. My heart is pounding.
The big one of the month, Turtles in Time.
Oh, absolutely, bro.
So this is far and away the big deal of the month of May.
So much fun.
Absolutely. Shredder was such a ripoff. But Baxter's at the end of the level here. Yeah, just it was so fun seeing just the enemies. You know, the bosses at the end of the levels and whatnot.
God, bro. It's like I'm in my living room again.
Cowabunga. Who's your favorite turtle?
Michelangelo, without a doubt. Stop playing.
Cass, who's your favorite turtle?
I don't even know.
What? What?
So I've got two, right? Like
what?
We're not gonna let that go, huh?
What is that?
I wasn't that big into
what? Stop talking, Cass, or we'll never be friends.
The turtle. I mean, I love the game, but when the movie came out, they just kind of me out, and I was done.
What? You didn't love the first Ninja Turtles movie? Oh, I loved it. That like actually, that leads into my story. I was like, Leonardo was my favorite turtle until the movie came out, and then it was Raphael.
Everybody's favorite turtle becomes Raphael when the
Right.
movie comes out.
Right.
So yeah, post the movie, the conversation doesn't matter anymore. Who did you love before the movie came out? And that's your real favorite turtle.
Okay, so Leonardo.
Yeah, it's Michelangelo. He's the coolest and the funniest, and every other answer is wrong. But
Fair enough. He is
I'm an
definitely
adult
the
now.
most entertaining.
Yeah, I'm an adult now, so I accept that there are Michelangelo or Donatello people and Leonardo people and Raphael. Oh my lord. Who'd you say, Amy? Yeah, Amy's a Donatello girl, but
Nice. We got full representation. And
full representation.
And if your dad was a millionaire in 1992 and you could afford a Neo Geo home console, I think they were like $5.99 in 92. So just whatever that would be with inflation, who knows? But
Who had one of these things? Where did we play this game? It eventually ported over to something.
so these games were originally arcade games, right? And the home console was as powerful as the arcade board, right? But it also was not cheap. So
Sure.
a very, very select few have it. And yeah, the Street Fighter ripoff's obvious here with Michael Max being a Balrog clone, but Terry Bogard to this day continues to be a popular SNK character.
We didn't go through the whole Balrog, M. Tyson, or M. Bison, and all that conversation.
Absolutely. So
Did that not happen with Street Fighter 2?
So that did. Okay, so in Japan, Balrog was named M. Bison because he was just straight up Mike Tyson, right? Then they just changed one letter, right? The M is for Mike. Instead of Tyson, he's Bison. That came to America, and Capcom of America's like, this is probably going to get us into legal trouble. So they actually flipped the names, and the Sagat's the only one that stays. I think the other three get shuffled. So I think that the final boss, who we call Bison now, was originally Vega. Our Vega was known as Balrog, and then our Balrog who looks like Mike Tyson, was known as M. Bison. So that was just a big. I've gotten myself all a headache just trying to explain it, but yeah, absolutely, he is without a doubt the Mike Tyson character.
This was a good game, by the way.
Oh yeah, you know what? It went sort of like everybody was so diehard Street Fighter at the time that Fatal Fury kind of went unappreciated in America. But Fatal Fury is a great game. SNK made really good games.
They did. Mike Tyson never looked like that. That's how I know this game is fake.
Oh no, he looked pretty bad after the Lewis fight.
That fight never happened.
Never happened. Okay.
Okay.
Never lost.
Except in court.
Ouch.
Burn.